Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man, you can tap in and you can tap out. But you know my slogan, you know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now you already know time, energy, the highest forms of currency, my G's. I know they got y'all here chasing the bag, chasing that money and chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, and that mozzarella. But always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex. That time, energy, the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's highly invested in the channel, everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, constant elevation. Yeah, we on our way to the top, well over 50,000 subscribers. We on our way to 60K, all right? Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, all my new investors, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, all right? Now, do me a favor. Wipe off your feet before you step into the big house. You understand me? Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is. It'll be what it's going to be. You know how I'm giving it up, and you absolutely know how I'm putting it down, my G's, all right? Now, listen, man. I got a lot of people in the DM. Yo, Big G and BTV, what's your perspective on the situation with the Haitian lady violating foundational Black Americans? I mean, what's your thought process on everything that's going on with this Haitian lady violating foundational Black Americans? Now, I got to say, man, absolutely nasty work, my G's. It's disgusting if you ask me. But I've always told you, it's foundational Black Americans versus everybody. Yeah. FBA versus everybody. You understand? And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. You got to understand something. Just because, you know, you look like you foundational Black Americans, just because you might walk, you might dress, you might talk like you foundational Black Americans, I'm here to tell you, nah, there's only one. There's only one. There's only one chosen people, and y'all all know exactly who we are, okay? So we're going to talk about this because this is not something new when it comes to this channel. I've spoken on this, you know, multiple different times. Foundational Black Americans versus everybody. One thing for sure and two things for certain. What you're going to understand and what you're going to learn tonight in this live stream is that everybody has an underlying disdain when it comes to foundational Black Americans. Everybody. There is not a race, there is not a culture on the face of the globe that doesn't have that underlying disdain. You understand? They all have a common denominator. All of them. White, Black, Haitian, Jamaican, whatever. You understand me? And we're going to have a conversation about that because it is absolutely needed. Big salute to everybody in the DM. I mean, you know, my back was hurting today, so I just been laying around. I've been sleeping all day, but my DMs are full. Y'all really want to know my perspective on it? Well, here we go. All right, so you already know what to do when you get in here. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do. But we're going to address a couple of things. We're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to get into this, okay? Now, Shorty from, you know, the Wrap Up Daily podcast and even Hassan Campbell, you know, we're going to address some things that's been said. Nasty work. Everybody want to be Black until it's time to really be Black. Everybody want to be down with the culture until it's really time to be down with the culture. And I will live and die by that saying. Everybody want to be Black until it's really time to be Black. All right? And then soon as it's really time to stand on business, oh, I'm a Haitian. Oh, I'm not Black. Me no Black. Me no Blackie. Me African. Oh, me no Blackie. Me Dominicano. You understand? Everybody want to be Black until it's time to be Black. So who better than a Black man to stand on this business and deliver these downloads and give y'all this message? Oh, yeah, we're going to talk tonight, all right? So before we get any further into this situation, you already know I'm going to give you that pure dope straight off the brick directly into the bottles. You already know I'm going to do that. But I got to do some customizations to the chat. You understand me? The higher ups and the elites, yeah, they playing chess at the highest level. They always trying to muffle the message, shadow ban the channel. The higher ups and the elites understand that Grown Man Business TV is an absolute threat to the establishment. Not only am I a threat, right, but the revolution will be televised right here in these YouTube streets. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? So I'm gonna do some customizations to the chat. Well over 100 in here. Make sure y'all do what y'all supposed to do. You know, I saw the receipt, I saw the clip of this young lady speaking her truth and speaking her mind. And I thought it was absolutely nasty work. But I also got receipts of Hassan Campbell talking the same way. So, you know, we not gonna hold no punches tonight. We gonna stand on business, and we gonna address a couple of things. And you know, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I'm not looking for no response. You understand? But the downloads will be downloading. Yes, I said Hassan Campbell. You know, we gonna speak directly to it. Okay? And shorty, you know, respectfully, I don't know what you got going on. I don't know what that was, but what I do understand is that's your truth. No need to apologize. We gonna talk about it, man. No need to apologize on how you really feel. You know what I mean? Don't double back now. Yeah. Don't double back. Stand on that business you was talking on that podcast. Now, you see that right there at the bottom of the chat. You see that right there at the bottom of the chat, right? Yeah, right there. Before you get in here with your Twitter fingers, using your Twitter fingers to do the Twittering all in the comment section, using your Twitter fingers to do the Twittering with your Twitter fingers all in the comment section. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear. Every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube, yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. All right? Now, let's get into this, man. Like I said, it was a situation on a podcast, the Wrap It Up podcast, the Wrap It Up Daily. I think that's what it is. We'll get into that. Where a young Haitian woman has some choice words for foundational Black Americans. Yeah, the Daily Wrap Up crew. You know what I'm saying? Big salute to those dudes in that podcast for standing on business. She called foundational Black Americans dirty Black Americans. And she said it so nonchalantly. She said it so, it was just so regular how she said those words. It let me know that her and her family, her and her Haitian friends that are close with her, they have these conversations all the time to the point where it has been normalized. So when she said it, she didn't know that the backlash was going to come like that. And then she started apologizing. And I'm going to speak to that. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, I'm not upset. And I don't feel no way about it because I've been telling y'all for a long time that it is foundational Black Americans versus everybody. You ever notice that no matter what culture, what race of people that come into the United States of America, they all have a common denominator. They all have something in common. They all have an underlying hate for Black people. I mean, it could be Vietnamese people. It could be Filipino people. It could be Chinese people. It could be Jamaicans. It could be Haitians, West Indian, right? White people, dog fur, Caucasoid having, you know what I'm talking about. They might not like each other, but they all have an underlying hate for foundational Black Americans. And for a long time, you know, we all been asking the questions like, why is that? Where does that come from? Where does that stem from? You understand what I'm saying? Like, we haven't done anything to Jamaican people. We haven't done anything to Haitian people. You know what I'm saying? We have done nothing but welcome Chinese people into our environment, into our neighborhoods with open arms. So where does this underlying disdain come from? And we're going to talk about that. We're going to speak about that. But what you got to understand is they all know who we are. You know, they all know that we are God's chosen people. So that's where the underlying jealousy and hate comes from. Okay. And we're going to talk more about that. We're going to dig deeper into that. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, you already know, I don't go nowhere without the receipts, and I kept the receipts. Yeah, I don't step out the front door without the receipts in my back pocket. Okay, so we gonna get directly into the situation. But you know, nobody connects the dots like Grown Man Business TV. So the angles I'm gonna approach this with, you ain't heard nobody on this app do it just yet. Okay, big salute to the chat. Hit the like button, man. You know, hit the subscribe button. You are in the right place. Late night live stream, and we gonna get into this. You know, we gonna have a conversation about this. It is foundational Black Americans versus everybody, and I stand on that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It ain't no, you know what I mean? It ain't really no beef. You know what I'm saying? We could rub shoulders. We could do business. We could get money together. We can respect each other. But this ain't no African disparity. No, this ain't no African thing. This ain't no Haitian thing. This ain't no Jamaican thing. This is foundational Black Americans. This is the indigenous people of this land. This is that. This right here is that. Okay? Yeah, 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 yeah. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Let's get directly into this receipt, man. Salute to everybody that's in here. Let's see what we got going on. Let's get into this. Look.
I'm Haitian. Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty Black American?
Wait, what?
Huh? Huh? What?
Wait, what'd you
American?
say?
Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty Black American.
You heard that? Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty Black American?
Wait, what?
Huh? Huh? What?
Wait, what'd you say?
American? Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty Black American.
You heard that? You just asked me what I said. I did.
Why you said that?
Because that's what y'all are. Dirty Black American.
She just said that?
I did. A dirty Black American. I sure did. Because that's what y'all are.
So all Americans is dirty Black Americans?
I mean, you know, the ones I've come across.
Huh?
So what is Haitians then? I'm confused.
Dirty Black Haitians.
Okay, so keep that energy for everybody. Don't just keep it for us. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
You're American.
yeah.
Now I want to stop right there. We go get back into it, but I want you to notice that she's dressed just like foundational Black women. You understand what I'm saying? She's dressed and her demeanor says and screams that she is a Black woman. The whole time she's a Haitian. You know what I mean? You know, she's over here. She got the whole giddy up. She got the weave. She got the whole attitude and all that. She got the whole aura of my women. But then out the same mouth, using the same tongue, right? She'll disrespect the same people she's dressed up as. Like I told y'all, it's always cool being Black until it's time to be Black. Everybody want to be us until it's really time to be us. And when it's really time to be us, oh, me no Blackie. Me no Black, me Haitian. Oh, Black, me no Black. Me African, me Nigerian, me Guyanese. South Johannesburg, me African. Kenya. Okay? Black? Me no Black. Me Jamaica con me Babamba clad, Ras clad Jamaican boy. Me no Black. But when you want to get rich, you all in the culture. Now, you know, you bust the rhymes, you a rapper. Everybody think you Black when you in the booth. Everybody think you Black when you at these award shows. Everybody think you us. Until it's time to be us. All right, so let's run this back. I'm gonna let Shorty talk. And then I want you to listen to how she backs down off this situation. Go ahead and talk to the people. Look, this is her right here. Look at her. Look at this.
I'm Haitian. Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty Black American?
Wait, what?
Huh? Huh? What?
Wait, what'd you say?
American? Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty Black American.
You heard that? You just asked me what I said. I did.
Why you said that?
Because that's what y'all are. Dirty Black American.
She just said that?
I did. A dirty Black American. I sure did. Because that's what y'all are.
So all Americans is dirty Black Americans?
I mean, you know, the ones I've come across.
Huh?
So what is Haitians then? I'm confused.
Dirty Black Haitians.
Okay, so keep that energy for everybody. Don't just keep it for us. Like, what are you talking about? Like, yo.
You're American.
Yeah, hell yeah. Don't ever say no dirty Black American shit. Like, what?
You from the South?
My family, like, yeah.
Where?
Why matter?
No, I'm just asking. No, we're not having a
It's
conversation.
the South, regardless. Like, I got family in Florida. I got family in Georgia.
I mean, I want to know, like,
No,
where.
You know, you trying to be. I know what you're doing. Like, I know what you're doing.
Now, let me give you some context on what she just did, and I want you to always keep this in mind when you dealing with these type of immigrants, because let's remember now, and we're gonna get deeper into the immigration part for Haitians. Oh yeah, oh, it's gonna get real for you Haitians out here in America. And don't you ever forget, just like them Somalians, don't get the calling out for black Americans when Donald Trump sent ISIS. Oh, it's a real thing, okay? But let's just stay right here. She asked him where his people was from. The reason why she asked this man, this foundational black American, where is his people from? Because they don't believe that we know our history. They don't believe that we know where we're from. You understand? So when we tell Haitians, Africans, immigrants to America, when we tell them that we are indigenous to this soil, they don't believe it. They think that we don't know where we are from. They're still under the ideology that we all come from Africa. They haven't been awoken yet. But see, this where it get deep at. A lot of us, most foundational black Americans, we know the majority, our people come from the South. My people in particular, South Carolina, North Carolina, Geechee, Navajo, all of that type of stuff. We are indigenous. Tennessee, Memphis, the Seminoles out in Florida. I could go down the list, but we are tribal. You understand what I'm saying? So again, a lot of the times they ask you trick questions because they believe they already know the answer. So she tried to run that little play on homie, and he caught that, as he should. Excuse me, boo-boo, don't mean to intercept. Yeah, I didn't mean to intercept. Yeah. Okay? My old lady, her parents is from the Carolinas as well. Multiple generations, homie, way back. Slavery, nah, we ain't talking about no slave boats. It's a beautiful thing, okay? So I just wanted to kind of get some context to that. She thinks she's smarter than the average. Yeah, she too smart for her own good. And see, we are at a point in a time in American history where foundational black Americans is standing on business. Yeah, Jesse James, he just ate Jesse James is he's in the morgue somewhere. Jesse James just passed away. Jesse Jackson, my bad, I call him Jesse James. Jesse Jackson. And Jesse Jackson took that African-American title with him. Jesse Jackson, the one that tried to, the higher-ups and the elites used Jesse Jackson to title us African-Americans. So that's why you ain't seen me do no videos on Jesse Jackson. Yeah, another one bites the dust. Yeah, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Your ass went to the upper room, that's where you gotta be. But you got to take that African-American title left with Jesse Jackson. Yeah. Notice it ain't too many people ranting and raving about the passing away of Jesse Jackson. Yeah, the CIA and the FBI and the higher-ups and the elites use Jesse Jackson to title us African Americans, to try to separate us from our land. I already told y'all about that. So always pay attention to the triple cross. Shorty right here, she's still stuck with the double cross, okay? Big salute. Let's get a little bit further in with this situation. I want y'all to listen. Now, when we stand on business as black men, this is the response we get. Big salute to the chat. Look at this. Look.
We are the culture. That's two different things.
It's not.
Okay, all right.
As a Caribbean person.
Okay, so then Caribbeans are a culture too.
No, y'all have
the things that y'all do. Just
we are a thing for sure. Like y'all, I don't know what the
it's
issue
an
is.
interesting thing, and I won't say that y'all don't have culture. Like y'all have the things that y'all do.
We are the culture. Like
okay. Y'all have the things that y'all do.
We are the culture. That's
just
it.
like, okay, so then Caribbeans are a culture too.
No, y'all have a culture. We are the culture. That's two different things.
It's not.
Okay, all right.
As a Caribbean person.
But no, seriously, you took offense, and I apologize. I see your nose clearing up. And I really don't want you to be upset. Like, I genuinely apologize. I'm sorry.
I mean, I ain't about to. We ain't about to fight or nothing. I'm just like, yo,
but
this is
I see
crazy.
that you're upset, so I really want you.
I felt like you was only comfortable because maybe you thought everybody in here was Caribbean and you thought they was they is black dirty and like, you know what I'm saying, like.
Not at all. I talk about Haitians.
What'd you say about Haitians?
Now, let's go into that, right? And I'm gonna leave that clip. We're gonna move forward with the receipts. But notice how he told her we are the culture. We are the culture. I know y'all don't like to hear this. I know y'all feel like y'all are nah, y'all have a culture. We are the culture. Let me give you an example. Y'all eat fufu and y'all eat those foods that y'all have a part of y'all culture. We have our culture. You know, we made collard greens, we made sweet potato pie, etc. Right? But the only difference is we don't dress up like we Haitian. You never seen a foundational black American dressed up like a Jamaican, dressed up like a Chinaman, dressed up like a Haitian, dressed up like I was from Guyanese or West Indies or something. But all of y'all dress like us. All of y'all walk like us. You ever seen them videos of them Africans out in Africa with the jerseys and the fake chains and the hat to the back, and they talking about they G unit, they got G unit shirts on and all of that? Yeah, I always notice when I see those videos of them Africans out there with all of our old clothes and shit. You know, it made me, I said, okay, now I know where all of our old clothes is going. They sending them shits out there to Africa. Yeah, cosplaying out there in Haiti and Jamaica and the West Indies and Bermuda. They all look at our videos and look at our content, and they dress up and they cosplay, and they would give their left arm to be a part of some black shit. Yeah, be a part of this culture. So not only do we have our own culture, ma'am, but we are the culture. That's why you look the way you look. That's why you dress the way you dress, ma'am. That's why you talk the way you talk. Like I said, Jesse Jackson, he's over. He's done. So all of that went with Jesse. Yeah. All of that, all of those shenanigans is in the grave with Jesse Jackson. We are, yeah, we not about to just bend, break, and fold and let y'all keep playing with us. Okay? Now, I want to go a little bit deeper because we're going to go somewhere else with this. Follow me on this. But let's just stay right here. Haiti and Haitians are in a position, a real peculiar position right now that nobody's talking about. ISIS, yeah, ICE and deportation and illegal immigrants is at an all-time high. And they already got the Somalians real quiet. Y'all notice it's real quiet out there in Minnesota. Oh, we ain't heard a peep out there in Minnesota. Yeah, them ICE agents went out there. They got to blowing y'all ass down in the middle of the street. You, the dog fur, they don't care who it is. Oh, when the last time you heard a peep out of Minnesota? Yeah, we ain't heard a peep out of Minnesota. But what they not telling y'all is who's up next. Haitians. Oh, the Haitians are up next. Oh, Donald Trump he's working out some paperwork so that those immigration laws that been protecting a lot of you Haitians that came over here a few years ago, null and void. Null and void. And see, again, right? That's the beautiful thing about us independent content creators, is because I'm talking about this, but you don't see this in the news. You're not seeing this go viral. The next in line to be deported are Haitians. Haiti. All of the criminals that came over here on banana boats fleeing from Haiti. They are planning to deport you guys. So I just want to give y'all, I want to put this out there. I want to give this disclaimer before it go down. Before everything hit the fan, I want to give y'all this disclaimer. Don't get to calling for foundational Black Americans when they start deporting your ass. Okay? Respectfully. Just like the Somalians, just like the Latinos, Donald Trump, we will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote for Donald Trump. You remember, right? When Donald and his people come to get you, don't get to calling out for Black Americans, for foundational Black Americans to help you. Okay? Remember all the conversations behind closed doors when y'all was talking about us being dirty blacks, being dirty Black Americans. Remember all those conversations y'all was having behind closed doors saying that we ain't got no culture. Remember all the times somebody mistook you for foundational Black Americans and you say, me no blackie, I no black. I Haitian, I no black. Me no black. Remember that. Okay? Because it's looking like when it go down, each and every last one of y'all get to calling out to Black people. Black people, please. We ain't going, we ain't rioting, we ain't marching, we ain't protesting. We gonna sit back and we gonna do what we do best. Okay? So I wanted to throw that out there. And I think, I thought I had a receipt, but I'm not even gonna act like I got the receipt right just this second, right? I thought I had a receipt, and I do have a receipt. I'm gonna find it real quick. You know what? I'm gonna find a receipt. Yeah, Haitians are up next. Haitians are, y'all are on the chopping block. And it would have been smart of y'all to rally with foundational Black Americans. It would have been smart of y'all to reach out to foundational Black Americans, to apologize, to say, listen, we are ready to stand on business. This is what we want to do. But you know what? The hate, the underlying disdain that y'all have, y'all will cut y'all nose off and spite your face. You ever heard of that? You ever heard somebody tell you that? That you cut your nose off and spite your face? Yeah. Nobody told you. You know what? Let me see something. Let me see if I can find this receipt. If I can find it real quick, I'm going to pull it up. If not, then, you know, here it is. Here's the receipt right here. Big salute to this young lady. Let's get into this. You know, I really want y'all to understand what y'all dealing with. I really want y'all to understand what y'all dealing with. It is no more of that what y'all got going on. It is no more of y'all thinking y'all just gonna cosplay to the top. Y'all just gonna dress up like Black people. You gonna rap like Black people. You gonna talk like foundational Black Americans. You gonna get rich. And then you gonna, oh, me no blackie. Oh, black, oh, me no black. Me no black, me Haitian. Me Jamaican bumper clad, pusher out of Ross clad. Okay? Let's get into this receipt. Salute to this foundational Black American right here. Let's talk about this. Okay? I want y'all to, you know what? Let's listen to this. Look.
And seeking asylum, showing up at the Quebec borders. Take a look.
People keep on coming here. They rather die, trying to come here by getting through the woods than being shot in the States. This is the current sentiment.
According to the Canada Border Services Agency, or CBSA, 797 people have applied for asylum at this border crossing between January 1st and February 1st. For all of Canada during this period, there have been a total of 1,667 applications for asylum. This means that almost half of all asylum applications into Canada during this time were made at the St. Bernard-de-la-Salle border crossing.
The 28% jump is greater than that because there's people coming in illegally in the woods, and they're currently on soil waiting 14 days at the risk of being abused, kidnapped, whatever, even dying and being buried they don't exist right now in Canada.
Dans ce jugement qui dit que Donald Trump
While the ruling states that Donald Trump cannot deport them, it also doesn't specify whether he is obligated to keep them or for how long. This has allowed Haitians to continue experiencing the same panic because the situation in Haiti is already dire.
They have family members here in Quebec, but most of them may not be first degree. So that's why they trying to come in and they would be returned to the state, put back into the American agents, border agent, and then they would put them in ICE hands. People would be then detained, imprisoned, and deported. I have people that actually I was following to see if they would get into Canada that have been sent to ICE and they are currently in Haiti.
Well, it makes sense that the Haitians would show up at the Saint Bernard de la Colle border because that is the border that takes you into Quebec. Haitians are French speaking. The Haitian population in Quebec is very, very large. But as you can hear from France-André, a lot of them are ending up buried in the woods.
In layman's terms, right? Let me give you all that in layman's terms. Let me give you all that so you can understand it. There are a bunch of Haitians fleeing America, trying to get to Canada, crossing the border illegally into Canada because they know that Donald Trump is planning on using ICE to deport Haitians very soon. And they're talking about this behind closed doors, about all of these illegal immigrant Haitians running into Canada. Okay? So let's just take it easy about, disrespecting foundational Black Americans. And let's make sure we got our priorities lined up. And I'm going to get deeper into that. All right. Now, what I want to do before we go into the homie Haas, right? Because I'm going to bring Haas into this. I got to bring Haas into this. I want to give you just a small, I want to paint a picture on what's going on in Haiti. Actually on the land in Haiti. For all of the Haitians over here disrespecting foundational Black Americans, for all the Africans, for all the Jamaicans, when we look at y'all's land, you ain't got no room to be talking about us. You ain't got no room to be disrespecting Black people. Actually, our backyard is looking real nice right now. Okay? So y'all always talk about where you from and you always want to represent your culture in the country that you come from, but y'all don't ever want to really show us what's going on over there. Well, let's listen to, go ahead and talk to the people. Look.
And so young girls and women, when a gang attacked.
A crisis in Haiti and a warning. This next story may be unsettling for some viewers. Thousands of women and girls in Haiti are the victims of sexual assaults. It's happening as heavily armed gangs take control of more areas in that country. Joining me now is Miami Herald reporter Jackie Charles. Her new series titled Haiti's Lost Generation offers a chilling account of what is occurring there. Jackie, you spent more than a year digging into this story. It's such powerful reporting, I have to say. What you describe really amounts to sexual terrorism.
You're right. I mean, the gangs are using rapes as a weapon of war. And so young girls and women, when a gang attacks, they don't know how that is going to end. In some cases, they are killed. In other cases, they contract HIV or some other sexual infection, or they become pregnant. But it is surging.
Wow.
So I want to give y'all this in layman's terms. What they are basically saying that over there in Haiti, as we speak, the gangs are invading villages in neighborhoods and raping the women. So the Haitian men are invading the neighborhoods and raping and deleting the women and the females. Now, listen, I know y'all like to talk about black on black crime. I know y'all like to talk about Bloods and Crips. I know y'all like to talk about drive-by shootings, and y'all like to make it sound so horrific. But guess what the gangs over here, guess what we not doing? Guess what the foundational Black American gangs are not doing at a rampant pace on American soil? They are not running in neighborhoods and graping all the women. Okay? Yeah. I think, listen. Yeah, that's what the people said right here, reporting from Haiti. That's what's going on over there. No wonder you over here in America so comfortable to talk about foundational Black Americans, because your ass don't want to go back to Haiti. They'll do what they want to do with you. Yeah, over there in Haiti, you wouldn't have been so free to run your mouth and disrespect men, because you know what they would have did to you. Respectfully, I'm just saying, that's what your culture is doing. Okay? So we're going to get deep into that. And I'm going to go deeper and elaborate more on that later in this live stream, because everybody want to talk about Black on Black crime. Everybody want to point out the flaws in our culture, the chinks in our armor. But as soon as we get to looking at y'all situation, it's way worse. It's way worse, man. It ain't no blood or no Crip gang that's known for running around, invading projects and running in different neighborhoods and just graping all the women. That ain't something we known for. But it's looking like that's what's going on over there in Haiti. Okay? Again, like we gonna really start putting our foot on everybody's neck. Everybody. Yeah, I've been hearing some things about white people wanting to have White History Month. I'm going to do a whole live stream on White History Month. I pray that y'all get that pushed through. I pray. Listen, I've been asking the universe to push that through, White History Month, so we could talk about white history. But right now, we're going to stay on you Haitians. And you Latinos and you Jamaicans and all of you dudes that act like it's cool. You like cosplaying. It's cool to be Black when it's cool to be Black, but nobody want to be Black when it's really time to be Black. Okay? Oh, yeah. Nasty work. What's going on over there in Haiti? I see why y'all don't. Listen, I remember a couple of years ago, right? I watched the news and I watched grown-ass men from Haiti jump on banana boats and float to Miami. Now, I'm saying grown-ass men in Haiti jumped on banana boats and floated towards Miami. That's how bad it is in Haiti. That's how bad it is over there that grown men is trying to get out of Haiti. Okay? So y'all need to keep that in mind when y'all get to talking about foundational Black Americans. How about y'all just leave us out y'all conversation? You feel me? Leave us out y'all conversation and just leave us out y'all mouth. We don't talk about nothing y'all got going on. Okay, respectfully. Now, let's go a little bit deeper. Let's go left, right? You know, it's always salute to the homie Haas, man, because I rock with Hassan Campbell. I don't got nothing against Hassan Campbell. I know Hassan Campbell think that I don't know, he think I got something against him, but I don't really have nothing against Hassan Campbell. I understand that the homie is delusional in some ways. I understand that Haas has been traumatized by, you know, Africa Bambaataa, and Africa Bambaataa is an African. He ain't got nothing to do with foundational Black Americans. You know, African Bambaataa is African from the Zulu nation, right? But I understand that Haas is traumatized. So I try to, take it easy when it come to like speaking when it come to Hassan Campbell, right? But it get to a point where we have to stand on business. You know, like it or not, we got to stand on business. As grown men, we got to stand on grown man business. And we don't have to agree on everything as grown men. And I got to be honest, bro, I don't agree with this part right here, Haas. Now, I gave Shorty, the Haitian, I gave her the business. Now, we're going to talk to Hassan Campbell. And again, Hassan, you know, he got me blocked from his live chat. I can't, you know these dudes, man, they get in their feelings when it comes to this content. They get to blocking you and all of that respectfully. You know what I mean? It's all good. But we going to address this, Haas, because again, I ain't never met a black man with the name Poppy. Hassan Campbell, I want to be honest with you. I never met a black man with the name Poppy. So that right there is already a red flag. But I want to let you talk real quick, Haas, before we get into this, because I want you to hear yourself talk, so you don't feel like I'm picking on you. You know, you feel like you're, oh, I want you to hear yourself talk, and we're going to address this. Big salute to the chat. Listen up. Look.
You know I was Dominican. Who the hell told? I know you ain't talking to me. Who told you I was Dominican? Stop with that, or you get blocked. Stop with that, for you get blocked. Because one thing about it, I hate when people sit up there and say, you not black, nigga. I don't want to be black. You niggas is disgusting. You embarrassing. You weak. You weak. What you telling me? Oh, you ain't black. Like it's something to be proud of. Nigga, you live up under the feet of white supremacy. Always crying. Always crying. Black? The softest race on this earth? Huh? Look who you talking to. Want to be black? I wish I could change the fact that I was black. I wish that I could change the fact that I was black, because you niggas is weak. You only fight each other. You live in piss and shit in poverty. What are you talking about? You're bums. Nigga, you must got me fucked up. Not me. Not Warner, son. Black? You saying that? I be killing me. Yeah, we FBA. I know. You the slaughtered people. You the stolen people and stolen land that was conquered and never got y'all get back.
I'm gonna let you go a little more too, Haas. But yeah, this is FBA. This is FBA, homie. And I want to help you out with that, because you don't want to be black. But I'm here to tell you, Haas, you ain't black. I don't know what your mama told you. I don't know. I think that she lied to you. I think your mom told you somebody else was your pops, and that ain't your. She lied to you, Haas, respectfully. Your name is Poppy from Bronx River. There is not a black man on the face of the planet that would allow people to call him Poppy. We don't roll like that. Okay, so you ain't black, Haas. You ain't, homie. Respectfully, man. Respectfully. That jury curl up under that hat, nigga, you are full-blown Latino, Dominicano. 1, 2, 3, 4, hasta 5, hasta 7. That's what you are, man. And I don't know why nobody ain't told you this. I don't know. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know why nobody ain't set you down and told you, homie, this is not what you is not part of this. You ain't part of this. Yo, y'all the weak. Y'all have been conquered. Haas, trust me. Y'all have been conquered. Why nobody want to talk about the Latinos and the Puerto Ricans and the sugar cane and all that? Why y'all always act like we the only ones that was conquered? Africans, conquered. Jamaicans, conquered. Haitians, conquered. Latinos in Puerto Rico, conquered. Dominicano, conquered. South America, conquered. What are you talking about? So the crazy thing is, I got to give you this history lesson. I'm the one, they sent it to my DM. Yo, they sent it to me. I'm like, damn, I don't even really want to have this conversation. I ain't got no problem with Haas. But talking like this, Poppy from Bronx River, yeah, you ain't never was a part of this. Stop, you got the hoodie on, you got the hat, you got the fitted hat and all that. You got the chain from Fordham Street and all of that. You dressed up like you part of this, but hey, Haas, man, you ain't part of this. Yeah, you get your goddamn quesadillas and tortillas and all of that. Yeah, get your quesadillas and your tortillas and all of that. Get your Goya, your beans and rice, Poppy. Huh? We don't, it ain't a time Bro, hey, listen, man. We don't talk like that. Yo, Poppy, what's going on, Poppy from Bronx River? You's a whole Latino, man, Dominicano. Talking crazy about foundational black Americans because you ain't one. You talking crazy about foundational black Americans like that because you ain't a part of this. Yeah, you've been mingling with the Africans. That's the ones who traumatized you. You've been mingling with the Africans. Those the ones who did what they did to you. You need to, redirect that anger and that energy. I just needed to put that out there. Hey, Haas, you bugged out. You bugged, yo, what? You crazy? You must be crazy. Niggas, yo, Poppy. Your name is Poppy.
This is not your fight. No, because you ain't gonna never fight for nothing. That's why most of you niggas talk about it ain't even your fight. You still live in the same neighborhood. You grew up in your whole life. ¿Cómo? That's why you niggas is doing bad. Because winners learn to take losses in order for them to win. That's how they become champions. You're a loser. We don't expect you to fight. You won't even fight for yourself.
Another cosplay. Another dude dressed up like one of us, and it ain't one of us. And I want to move forward with this, but I want to say this, right? The majority of the crime in New York City is due to immigration. It's an immigrant. They like to call it black on black crime. They like to blame it on foundational black Americans, right? But the majority of the crime is this, it's a Jamaican, it's a Haitian, it's a West Indian, Guyanese, an African. But they dress up like us. They look like us. They learn how to walk like us. They learn how to talk like us. They live a double life. They live a double life, my G. When they go in the house, they eating fufu and they eating with their fingers. And when they come out in the street, they walking and sagging and they talking and they got that diddy bop. Okay? So, it is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. But it got to be spoken on. It got to be said, hey, Haas, B, homie, what? Y'all the weak. Now, we far from the weakest. And just because we don't want to fight for immigration, illegal immigrants on American soil, that don't make us weak. That make us smart. Y'all been using us. The whole reason y'all even, your parents, whoever your peoples is, came from over there, from Puerto Rico or Dominicano, wherever they came from. The only reason y'all was able to get on that boat and get over here gracefully is due to my people fighting. Foundational black Americans spilling blood on American soil. And we gonna get deeper into that, okay? But I need to throw that out there. Hey, man, nasty work, B. What? Poppy from Bronx River. You calling it, you try to make us believe you a black man with the name Poppy. And ain't nobody said nothing. Everybody letting that shit ride. That's over. All right, let's go into another angle, man. I need to get that out. I just wanted to throw that out there. Let's see what we got next. Now, big salute to the chat. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's let the homie Charleston White have a word or two. All right, big salute to the chat. Look.
We try to figure out how is it that everybody who come into this country, whether they're African, Asian, Arab, German, they always end up in our world, in our neighborhoods, and we deal with them economically, with how we spend our money, and it seems that they come into our communities, they come into our neighborhoods, in our areas, and they get the businesses that we want and we need. They get the loans, they get the funding. At some point, they come here and try to get their citizenship, if nothing else, so they can exercise their consumerism.
I know y'all.
Exactly, bro. That's exactly what it is. You ever notice when y'all come over here, they bunk y'all up with us? They put y'all where we was at? They didn't even want y'all. The higher ups and the elites wasn't even allowing y'all to come over here until the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King. Until we started marching and we started protesting and we started fighting for equality. Not only equality, but we fighting for our so-called brothers over there in Africa and over there in the islands of Jamaica and Haiti. We started fighting for y'all. We started shedding blood so that y'all can have a chance. And then we get y'all over here, and it's the thanks we get. Nasty word. Absolutely disgusting, man. But you know what? One thing for sure, and two things for certain, it's a reason for this. The meek will inherit the earth. And you couldn't dress up enough, man. It ain't nothing you could do really to make it, bro. It's going down. Yeah, it's going down. It ain't nothing you could do. At the end of the day, this was written already. You understand it? And I might get biblical with this, but let's go into this angle right here. Now, this was a intellectual conversation that Godfrey had. And I want to say this, right? Big salute to dudes like Godfrey. One thing I've learned to do when giving this pure dope straight off the brick into the bottle is make sure that I put the disclaimer out there. Make sure that I'm very direct with my words. And it is not all Africans. It is not all Haitians. It is not all anything. It is never all. There are always small exceptions to the rules. And I got to say that because if you don't know that already, if you ain't already aware of the exception to the rules, then you'll take my words and you'll run with it. And that's why I be having people in the DM like, yo, GMB is racist and this and that. It ain't all white people. It ain't all Haitians. It ain't all Africans. It ain't all black people. There are only small exceptions to the rule. When y'all look at black violence, black on black violence, that is a small exception to the whole community. That is a small percentage of black men that are committing those crimes. The rest of us, hardworking, foundational black Americans, tax-paying citizens, family men, fathers, sons, you understand? Husbands, uncles, brothers, businessmen, bosses, workers, whatever you want it to be, that's what we are. But y'all like to focus on the small percentage of black people that create and do those things. So that's only what we doing right here. We just pointing out the percentage, the small percentage of Haitians that secretly hate black people, the small percentage of Africans, white people, Asians, Latinos. We talking to y'all. But this ain't all. And I got a lot of respect for Godfrey. You understand? I love his content. I love his message. And I got a lot of respect for Godfrey. Because regardless of his nationality or his race or what he is, he stand on business and he just tells the truth. Okay? So let's get into this right here. I want to play this receipt right here, and I'm gonna just play a small part of it so we can get some context, and then we gonna go into this. But this is a powerful receipt right here, and I'm gonna elaborate on it because when I heard it, the downloads begin to download. Big salute to the chat. Hit the like button, man. When y'all come in here, stop playing with the like button. Look.
Yeah, like even here, like I'd love to hear your experience, but like how you felt like you were accepted in in your community, like how was that?
The Nigerian community?
The Nigerian
Just
community,
black
yeah, because for me it was two. There was the Nigerian community. I lived
It's
double
a
life kind of
dichotomy.
thing.
Yeah, it's a double life.
It's a double life, right? You're like at home, I'm eating dodo,
fufu, egusi, okra soup,
goat's
pepper
meat,
soup, suya,
stockfish, all of it.
Oxtail, yeah.
Puff,
chin,
my, come on now. And I would go to school and I wouldn't let anybody know about that because I already knew it wasn't, you know what I mean?
Of course.
And so part of that is contributing to the miseducation.
Yeah.
Now I want to stop right there, right? Because like I said, it was a powerful, but I want to stop right there. He basically just admitted that when he was in his house with his African family, right? They would eat African food. They would speak in an African dialect. They would enjoy their African culture. But when he would leave the house, go out into the world, he would live a double life. He would not tell black people who he really was. So he would come outside, he would hang with us, and he would cosplay like he was black. He would dress like black people. He would talk like black people. And the whole time we wouldn't even know that you are African. You understand what I'm saying? And he said out of his own mouth, it was a double life. A double life. In the house, he was eating fufu and chin chin and pee and papa. And then he'd come outside and it's, yo, what up, B? Everything good, son? Yo, what we doing today? We playing basketball? Let's go hooping and all that. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to throw that out there for everybody that think I'm just shooting a shot in the dark when I say cosplaying. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black. When the police come and one of us got a gun and we've been smoking weed, now all of a sudden, me no black, no, me African. You can call my mother. I eat fufu. No blackie, I ain't no black. And not just him, but I saw an interview where Busta Rhymes said the same thing. Busta Rhymes said that in the beginning of his career, he didn't let anybody know about his Jamaican ancestry. He didn't let anybody know about his Jamaican roots. Busta Rhymes. And it always resonated with me because I remember Busta Rhymes with Leaders of the New School and these rap videos, and we always thought that Busta was like a black guy. I never thought anything other than that. I thought he was black. And then in due time, you find out that, okay, you can hear the dialect, you can hear the accent. He starts to incorporate his Jamaican roots into the music. And then I figured out, okay, Busta's Jamaican. But for years, he did just like this guy right here, and he hid it, and he lived a double life. Okay? So have you ever seen one of us doing that? Have you ever heard of a black man living a double life? Like, you know, in the house we eating collard greens and we eating pig feet and we eating a sweet potato pie, right? And stuffing. And then when we come outside, we got the motherfucking dashiki on. We wearing the Muslim garb. Nah, you ain't never heard a black man do that, because we are who we are. We never try to be like y'all. We never dress like y'all. We never act like y'all. We are the culture, so we don't have to bend, break, and fold. We are the culture. So when you come to our land, now you got to adjust to what we do. So I thought that was powerful that he said this, and I'm gonna let this run for a few more minutes because it get deeper. And salute to Godfrey for standing on business. Let's let this play a little bit longer. Big salute.
The fact that there's this whole different life, like, what was that like for you?
You know what?
Did you hide your food, for example? Did you hide what you ate at
No,
home?
I never brought it out. You can't put no goosey in a lunchbox. Motherfucker be dripping. You got your little Starsky and your little Spider-Man. He said, what is that shit dripping? Oh, that's my egusi soup in my Spider-Man lunchbox. Let me open it for you.
Oh,
With
man.
plantains. It just doesn't work. Yeah. You gotta have Lunchables.
Yeah.
You gotta have, my mother makes sandwiches. He goes like, put the fufu in the box now. You're not gonna do that.
Man,
But I didn't hide it because my friends would come over and my parents, Nigeria's my parents were like, you want to eat? And all my friends were immigrants.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell you I grew up. Oh, my fault. I grew up in Uptown. Uptown is an area in Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago being the most segregated city, it's the most integrated area in Chicago, almost like Guinness Book kind of world record type.
So basically, just look at the conviction in this guy's face when he speaks about hiding the food. When he's finally old enough and he's He's secure within his self, in his manhood, in his culture, right? To have this conversation and somewhat heal from this. You know, this is like a therapy session going on with two immigrants being able to finally speak out about their experience amongst the culture, amongst foundational Black Americans, how he would hide his culture, how he would hide his African garment, how he would hide his food, and he didn't want, nobody knew about it for however long. He had to live a double life. Okay, so I say all that to say this, right? Like, y'all disrespect, not all of y'all, but for the ones who disrespect our culture, but then y'all were over here engaging in our culture, loving our culture, learning our culture, and hiding your culture. Let me tell you something, man, before we go into this next receipt. You're only going to hide your culture because subconsciously you feel like it's inferior. You know, that gangster music, that you know, that ghetto mentality, right? You know, that gang activity, that's real aggressive. So we never had a reason to hide the good or the bad when it came to our culture, but y'all hid y'all culture. You know, it get deep. The homie Nipsey Hussle was an African. You know, Nipsey Hussle stepped out of his African home with his African parents. Well, his dad was an African. His mother was Black American. But when he stepped outside on Crenshaw, he adapted our culture. The environment he lived in, he had to adapt the superior culture. You only have to live a double life if your culture is inferior. If your culture is light in the ass, if your culture is not going to stand face to face with that culture, you got to live a double life. We get to do what we want to do. I never heard a Black man say, yo, I've been living a double life. I've been living around Africans, and you know, behind closed doors, I like to listen to rap music, but when I go outside with the Africans, I gotta wear the African dashiki and eat fufu. I never heard that one time in my life. Okay? Now I just wanted to make an emphasis on that. Why you think all the animals in the jungle side-eye the lion? Why you think all the animals in the jungle, they get nervous when the lion come around? You know what I'm saying? It ain't that they hate the lion. It's just more like the lion is superior, they are inferior. And it's just that simple. They don't necessarily hate the lion. It's just he is naturally superior. His culture is superior. And when you inferior, you got to do the hiding. You got to do the backsliding. You the one that's talking and crazy and disrespecting. We not even paying y'all no mind. Okay? Let's get into this last receipt, and then I'm going to give y'all, I'm going to round this out, man. This last receipt right here, we going to get into this, and then I'm going to give y'all just my synopsis on this, because I'm going to tie this all together real nice for you. You know, I don't just get up here and talk. I don't just get up here and, you know, put things together. The downloads download, and there is always a solution. There is always a method to the madness. I want y'all to listen to this. Big salute to the chat.
But he would fix it, and they would always call him back.
Yeah.
But he was like, he started from it, and my father refused. Like, we would have been eligible for welfare.
My parents didn't play that.
My
shit.
dad was irritated by the idea. It was like, why would I? Like, I can do this on my own.
Yeah.
I don't need anybody to. But it wasn't a sense like I'm better than. It was just this mentality of we have.
Give me 2 seconds. I want y'all to listen to this. I want y'all to pay attention. Big salute to the chat. I'm gonna get into the comment section soon. Don't worry. I want y'all to listen to this.
We have the ability to do it, so why not just go out and do it?
And Nigerians' vision of America was like, yo,
right,
if I get over there, are you kidding? Like, all like immigrants were like, America. Look at Ellis Island with the Italians and the Polish, and they were like, we here, bro. We're about to what?
I'm gonna let him keep talking, but I want to address that real quick. I'm glad that he said that, and salute to Godfrey, right? Do you know why all of the immigrants used to look towards America even till today and say, gosh, if I could get to America, everything would be okay. If we could just get to America, we got to get to America. You know why? Because foundational Black Americans made America. It made it feasible. We made it look appealing. Our inventions is what makes America a first world country. Our inventions, and Godfrey's going to start speaking about this. The things that we have invented, the things that we have brought into fruition is what made America appeasable, made America look like y'all wanted to be here, make it look real nice. But you got to know something. America wasn't always like this. Y'all remember when the cowboys was running around, Oregon Trail? America wasn't like this until we put our hand on it, until we put our fingerprints on it. America was not a place anybody was just dying to be at until we started, okay? So I don't know where y'all forget this part. I understand, amnesia, dementia. I know y'all could probably forget, but I'm here to remind you. Yeah, when he said their parents was looking at America like the golden goddamn goose. Why do you think that happened? Like, it ain't have nothing to do with nothing but what we contributed. Black people, foundational Black Americans, okay? Respectfully. If it wasn't for the things we contributed to America, America would be a fifth world country. A fifth world country. Go ahead and talk to the people, Godfrey. Look.
It was just, that was America, because America pumped itself up like this place of opportunity and freedom. And I think also, and just being like African Americans it's part of my culture. I don't care what anybody says. My friends, a lot of my friends are African American playing football. Southern, they're my boys. It's like, nah, and you study American history, and you really study how African Americans have suffered, you go, you know how many African Americans are hardworking? Yep. All about education. Yep. So what are you going to say? W.E.B. Du Bois, who was the first to get a PhD at Harvard, he wasn't working hard? Right. I'm talking about in the early 1900s when they didn't let us have shit. Right. How did he get a PhD at that time? You're talking about Lewis Latimer, who invented the filament for the light bulb. That's the reason why Edison, when they were trying to invent the light bulb, it was all kerosene. So it was exploding. I read the whole book. I read Edison's biography. It was all exploding everywhere. And Lewis Latimer, Black dude, apprentice, that filament that you see in the light bulb is a Black man that made it. Because every February was Lewis Latimer. Right. But he was the one that created it. When it was, we appreciate that. We appreciate it, but African Americans have always been hardworking. But no, African Americans have been hardworking, but I don't know. But opportunity. What about the appreciation of the hard work for the immigrants who came to this country and worked hard? Here's the thing is the Civil Rights Bill is the reason why our parents got to come over here. 1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was one of the most racist son of bitches on the planet, had to sign that civil rights. But Martin Luther King is sitting right next to him. Right. Yeah. So that is the reason why Koreans can come here. Koreans, Indians, Arabs, Nigerians. It's because of the Civil Rights Bill. Right. It's because.
Now I'm gonna let my man, cause he cooking with hot grease right now. Salute to Godfrey. I'm gonna let him keep cooking. But I want y'all to notice how that African tried to throw, what about the hardworking immigrants? Y'all wasn't even over here until we laid this foundation for y'all to get over here. Oh, what about let me tell you something. It ain't hard work when you get to a house and the house is already fucking built. You see what I'm saying? Oh, What about the working of the hard-working immigrants? Y'all wasn't even over here. White people didn't allow y'all to come over here. The dog fur wasn't rocking with y'all like that. Okay? So when y'all got over here, we had already spilled blood on American soil. We had already built up the house. Lewis Lattimore already made the filler for the light bulb. You motherfuckers wouldn't even have lights if it wasn't for us. And I gotta, again, big salute to Godfrey, because Godfrey stopped homie right in his tracks and gave him the facts. What about the hard work? What about appreciating the hard work of immigrants? Hey, hold up, homie. The civil rights movement is the only reason we even over here. So when you really know the truth and you really speak the truth, it'll humble you and it'll put you in your place. And now you ain't got nothing to say, because you know what? You're right. The only reason your immigrant parents was allowed to get on a fucking boat and float over here is because my ancestors laid down and spilled blood on American soil. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I want you to excuse the passion in my voice. But I ain't Saucy Santana. I know y'all used to talking to Saucy Santana and Lil Nas X and, you know, but this is grown man business. Yeah, I'm one of them grown men that got an Adam's apple. Yeah, you don't really see men with Adam's apples anymore. I got an Adam's apple. I got a baritone. You understand what I'm saying? So you might not be used to this kind of vernacular. You might not be used to this kind of baritone and this. Yeah, you ain't used to it. Get used to it. Big salute to Godfrey for standing on that. And I want to say this before I let him get back into it. Godfrey does this on multiple different platforms. I watch Godfrey smoke DJ Vlad. I can't play Vlad's, his content, but I watch Godfrey smoke Vladimir. Smoked him. Went viral. Yo, that clip might have did like 20 million views when he broke down that y'all just hate black people. It's just simple and plain. Like, there is no excuse for it. Like, Godfrey don't do it behind closed doors. He will come on your platform and he will give you the business about black people, foundational black Americans. Okay? Go ahead and talk to the people, Godfrey. Look.
Because of African Americans, foundational black, coming in here, busting their ass, being treated like shit, right, being hung, lynched, Jim Crow, right, from slavery was Jim Crow, segregation, Reconstruction, being promised that they were going to get this, fighting every war. Black people fought in every single war and still being disrespected, not being able to buy homes. Right. You understand? Burning up of black towns. And people go, well, why ain't they? They saw opportunities. There were black Wall Streets. There were black banks, black hospitals, and they came and burned it.
Black excellence.
Black excellence. They came and burned it because a white woman said somebody raped them, and they never did because a white woman lied. Mm-hmm. So this whole myth of African Americans not seeing opportunity, they did see opportunity. But you imagine, just like colonization in Africa, but imagine everywhere you go, someone is running you out of town. Someone's trying to kill your son from going to school. Yeah. So African Americans see opportunities, but the way the ghettos, first of all, you know where the word ghetto comes from, right?
And I'm gonna stop him right there. See how easily, homie, not Godfrey, but you see how easily that African tried to swipe, black excellence. Oh, black excellence, yeah. Listen, let me tell you something. We not only did we see opportunity, we created opportunity. We built black communities that y'all act like y'all don't remember. Lake Lanier is right now a lake. They literally burned down a whole city, a whole town, and then dug it out and flooded it and made it a fucking lake. Usitica Village, some of the most wealthiest land in America. Central Park out there in New York City, that's some of the most wealthiest land in America, was owned by black people. Y'all know that, right? Intimate domain. We want to turn this to a park where the dog fur can jog around and, walk their dogs. So Usitica Village, some of the wealthiest land in America was owned by black people. They took that. Black Wall Street, they burned that down. Rosewood out there in Florida, they burned that down. All of these towns now, we own the hospital, we own the grocery store, we own the barber shop, we own the city hall, we own the theaters, we own everything in it. All of the single family homes we own. You know how much generational wealth they burned down for them to have an African come over here off the blood of my ancestors and question our work ethic? You know how disrespectful that is? Let me digress. Let me digress on that. But for you, an African, your parents came over here off the back of my ancestors, off the blood of my people. And for you to come over here and question our work ethic is nasty work, B. Absolutely disgusting. And I ain't gonna lie to you, just like the dog fur, somewhere in my subconscious, I feel like we supposed to did something to y'all. Yeah, I feel like we supposed to started doing something to y'all. You know, I don't know what it would be, but I just feel like the warrior in me make me feel like, because it ain't just white people. And so, you know, a lot of white people get in my DM. I talk about the dog fur, but I wanted to make sure this was heard right here. This one for all my new subscribers. It ain't just the dog fur that we should have did something to. I feel like we supposed to did something to all you motherfuckers, all of you coming over here running your mouth or teaching your kids, because his parents taught him that. When he was living a double life, his African parents were saying, don't hang out. Don't want you to hang out with the black American kids over there. Don't hip hop. I don't want you to hang out. I don't want you hanging out with the black kids. They're gonna get you in trouble. Kamundi, I don't want you to hang out with tell Kamundi to come over here. Kamundi, let me talk to you, Kamundi. I don't want you to hang out with Rafiki and Kenneth and Joey. Tell Rafiki, I don't want Rafiki to hang out with. Nasty work. Now, with all that being said, right? And I want you to take that and I want you to do what you will with it. Yeah, I don't care. I put that out there. Like I said, I don't got no smoke with no YouTubers. Hey, but Hassan Campbell, your name is Hassan, but they call you Poppy. Nigga, you a whole goddamn Latino. You a Boricua, man. Get your ass up out of here, man. Yeah. That dog fur up under that hat, this shit is too wavy and curly, man. Yeah, you ain't got no parts of this. You see this right here? This is a dead giveaway. With all that being said, here's the solution. Here, I have an idea, right? And it is what it is, but I want y'all to ride with me on this. For all of the immigration and all of the immigrants on American soil, you know what I'm saying, that came over here to make a better life for your family, that came over here to escape whatever's going on in your homeland, your motherland, right? We are the only ones that have obviously been detached from our land. Foundational Black Americans, right? They tried to call us African Americans, but y'all know we wasn't. Y'all know we ain't got nothing to do with that, right? So it's obvious, again, us being detached from our land, we're still on our land, okay? But if you're a Haitian, there's a place called Haiti. If you're an African, you have a country out there in Africa you can go to, Guyana, Nigeria, St. Johannesburg, whatever. If you're a Jamaican, there's a land called Jamaica. If you are European, if you are European, Europe. If you're from Spain, right? If you are Mexican, you got Mexico. You ain't just got Mexico, you got New Mexico. We gave you a whole goddamn state and called it New Mexico just to give you somewhere to go. Okay? I believe that Everybody should have to go back to their motherland, to their homeland. Everybody. White people, that includes y'all. You're from Europe, brother. Listen, to the dog fur, you can go back to Europe. You can go back to Spain. You can go back to the Ukraine. You can go back to the Caucasus Mountains. You go wherever you came from. Okay? Because I feel, you know what? I believe that it is cowardly for all of you different people to be here in America and not be in your homeland, fighting for your land, rebuilding your land. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Now I want y'all to follow me with this. Imagine if Joey Cap Joe, Fat Joe. Imagine if Fat Joe and all the Latinos went back to Puerto Rico and they built up Puerto Rico. They used their time and their energy and they spilled blood on Puerto Rican soil and they build Puerto Rico the same way we built America. Imagine how powerful Puerto Rico would be. Imagine if all the Haitians in America, if they were to get on a banana boat and go back to Haiti and fight for Haiti. Fight for Haiti and then rebuild Haiti. And then imagine how powerful Haiti would be. Imagine if all the Mexicans, instead of coming across the border, they took their ass back to Mexico, right? And they used that energy to disarm the Mexican cartel, to take back their country and to rebuild Mexico to the conglomerate that it could possibly be. Imagine if they did that. Instead of coming over here, working, cutting grass and doing whatever it is you're over here doing, imagine if you use that energy for your country. Jamaica, Bumba Clot, Ras Clot, Jamaica. Imagine if all the Jamaicans got with Busta Rhymes and they took their ass back to Jamaica and they rebuilt Jamaica and they told the English or the Frenchmen, you know, the Queen of England, we ain't paying no more taxes. We ain't paying no more taxes to England. And they fought for Jamaica and they took Jamaica back and they began to rebuild Jamaica to the conglomerate. You know, Jamaica is owned by England. Y'all don't even own that shit. Y'all talk about what's going on in America and the Queen of England taxing your ass crazy over there in Jamaica. Haiti is being taxed and controlled by France. Y'all don't own Haiti. Why not all of the strong Haitian men go back to Haiti and go to fucking war? The same way we went to war on American soil. You understand? You know, this where it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. Not only are we God's chosen people, but I want to tell you something. Foundational Black Americans are the only people that did not abandon their land. We did not abandon our land because we was going through slavery. We did not abandon our land because we was going through Jim Crow. We did not abandon our land because they was burning down our communities. We never abandoned our land, and everybody knows this. It's a underlying jealousy that they feel because we didn't abandon our land. We didn't run to Africa and ask Africans to take us in because we was going through slavery. We didn't run to Jamaica and ask Jamaicans to help us because we was going through slavery. Some of us made our way to Mexico. I will say that. Salute to the Mexicans that took some of our people in down there in Mexico, fought for them, because that really happened. Some Black people made their way to Mexico. And when America or the slave owners, the higher ups and the elites tried to get their hands on those Black people, the Mexicans went to war. So you got to understand the history behind this. Instead of being on American soil talking bad about the indigenous people on this land, why not everybody go back? I always had a certain amount of respect for the people of Dubai. If you look in Google Maps, right? Maybe 10 or 20 years ago, Dubai was like a desert. It was desolate. It was a very poor land. There was nothing there. There was nothing worth going to Dubai for. It was a lot of poverty in Dubai. A lot of crazy things going on over there. But instead of the people in Dubai running to America, instead of them jumping on camels and getting on banana boats and floating their ass to America, guess what the people of Dubai did? They stayed down until they came up. The men in Dubai stayed down until they came up, and they built Dubai into a conglomerate. They built Dubai into a place that everybody wants to go. And now when we look at Dubai, we instantly think about wealth. We think about money, lavish living, something that was not possible 25 years ago in Dubai. So Dubai is a prime example of what happens when you stay down with your fucking country. Instead of running somewhere you had nothing to do with building, running into a house that was already built by black people, stay down, live in your shack, build your shack up. Expand your land, cultivate your land, grow your fucking empire so your great grandkids could have and reap the benefits of your empire. That's what's supposed to be happening right now for black people, foundational black Americans. Our ancestors spilled blood on American soil so that their great grandkids could live a lap of luxury. And all y'all did was come over here and get the taking from the pot that was left for us. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, but it had to be said, and I'm not going to stop saying it. I'm not going to ever stop saying this. Ever, bro. The downloads download, and the ancestors speak through me. The ancestors speak through me. They screaming in my DNA. Ain't no way possible. None of y'all over here disrespecting foundational black Americans when you got a whole land over there that you got to name. Oh, I'm Puerto Rican. Well, take your ass to Puerto Rico and put that work in. Oh, I'm Haitian. Me no black, me Haitian. Well, take your ass to Haiti and build Haiti up. Oh, Bumba clot, Ras clot. I'm Jamaican. Rastafari. Well, take your ass to Montego Bay and build up your community. Yeah, take your ass to Montego Bay and build up your community. I'm Nigerian, me no black, me no black. Me African, me Kenyan. But then when we go look over there in Kenyan, it's like, yeah, it's a 12th world country over there. You motherfuckers ain't got you ain't got light poles over there in Kenya. You ain't got light poles. You motherfuckers ain't, they still building schools and shit over there. These motherfuckers, Casanet, they going over there building schools and all that in Kenya and Nigeria and shit like that. You motherfuckers ain't got paved roads over there. It's dirt roads and clay and all that over there where you at. No wonder you want to come over here. Yeah, you didn't like that, did you? I don't care how you felt about it. It is what it is. Not only did we pave the roads out here, we was boycotting buses and all that back in the day. Yeah, we was making them pay. Yeah, do your research on when we was boycotting the bus. Yeah, imagine, do your research. When we almost put their ass out of business and they told us you can sit wherever you want to sit. Well, you know what? You can sit anywhere on a bus that you want to sit. Yeah, when we almost put their ass out of business. Yeah, I think that your ass need to go back where everybody need to go back. You know the only people that ain't gonna be able to go nowhere? Oh. You know the only people that ain't gonna be able to go you know the only people that can't be deported off of the American soil, the only people that can't be deported. You're looking at them. You're looking in the face of one of them. Big salute to the chat, man. This is foundational Black American. This is grown man business. This is that. This is that. I don't know what y'all thought y'all was dealing with. I don't know who y'all thought y'all was. But don't ever, 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 ever. Yeah, look at the fuck you thought this was, man. Crazy. Y'all thought America just came like this? Lewis Lattimore, Nikola Tesla, these motherfuckers was trying to make the light bulb. They couldn't figure out the kerosene was blowing up. They was hurting people. They was injuring people. They couldn't figure it out. And then guess what? A black man stepped on the goddamn scene. Now we got light bulbs and we got all this goddamn luxury. Yeah, they was up in the goddamn there. They was over there trying to figure out how to get this spaceship through the firmament. They couldn't figure it out until 4 little black girls in Hidden Figures came into the goddamn scene. Now all of a sudden the mathematicians got the mathing and the mathing got the adding up, and now y'all got the rocket ship where y'all got go look at the movie Hidden Figures. It's always some black person involved. It's always a nigga around doing dirty work. Now, I want to say something to you. Before I get up out of here. I went live last night and I was talking about the rise of AI technology, these robots. If you go check that video in that live stream, they took all of the, listen to me. They took all of the receipts out the video, out the live stream. Hey, YouTube, man. Hey, YouTube, why y'all fighting so hard to hold the truth in? Why y'all fighting so hard to muffle the message? Listen to me. I went live last night. I did a live stream about these robots in China, right? And YouTube went through the video and edited out all of the receipts of the robots doing backflips and front flips and break dancing and using swords and fighting with nunchucks. They edited, they took all, if you go and you look at that live stream now, all the receipts are gone. I wanted to throw that out there. I just wanted to say that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nasty work. Yeah, breezy, crazy. I'm saying, damn, they not playing on you. They took all that shit out. And I wanted to say that to say this, that it's good that you keep your notifications on so that when I do go live, you can actually be in the live. You could be in the chat. You can engage because, I could take this video down. I could get off this live stream right now. And by the time I wake up, some of these receipts might be gone. Some of these receipts in this live stream right here of people disrespecting foundational Black Americans, X, Y, and Z, YouTube will literally comb through the live stream, and if they don't like it, they'll take it out. So it's good that you are engaged in the actual live stream so that you can see what I'm doing. Because if you hit the replay button, and trust me, you got to know something. I'm not taking the time out my day to edit no shit like that. I'm not taking no receipts out. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I put the receipts in there for a reason. Every receipt in this video, in this live stream about them robots is gone. I can't do that but laugh about it, man. I can't do that but laugh about it, man. It's crazy. You know, the link that they go into muffle the message and shadow ban the channel. And, you know, YouTube is ran by the higher ups and the elites. So I wouldn't expect nothing less from YouTube and their team and the community guidelines. I wouldn't expect nothing less, because what I'm doing is taking their app, I'm taking their social media outlet, and I'm weaponizing it against the higher ups and the elites. So it's really, it makes sense for them to be working this hard. But, you know, I get a kick out of it. I love the fact that y'all do stuff like that, because it let me know that I'm on the right path. It let me know I haven't sold. Listen, I ain't walked through no doors. It let me know I'm still doing the right thing. You got to know something, right? A lot of these celebrities, a lot of these content creators, they already walked through the door. They don't even know that they walked through the door. It's that devious with this industry. Is that dangerous? Is that wicked that they have tactics that you could have walked through the door and not even know that you walked through the door? Not even know it. You will figure it and find out in due time, but you probably walked through the door a year ago. I want to give you an example. And I'm going to use Hassan Campbell because I already talked about Hassan Campbell tonight, right? Hassan Campbell don't think he walked through the door. Hassan Campbell does not believe that he has already submitted to the higher ups and the elites. But what I'm here to tell you is, the moment Hassan Campbell told us about Africa Bambaataa and didn't do anything about it, he walked through the door. The moment Hassan Campbell went into intricate detail about the sexual relationship between him and Africa Bambaataa of the Zulu Nation and didn't decide to retaliate or fight the powers that be, then he walked through the door. And what you will notice is, when the more Hassan Campbell told that story, the more subscribers he gained. The more Hassan Campbell would break down and describe exactly what Bambaataa did to him, the more money he would make. The more subscribers and the more money he would make, because he walked through the door. Unknowingly, he walked through the door. Now, let me give you an example of what Haas could have did with that same situation and not been walked through the door. Let's say Haas tells us about Africa Bambaataa, and then he takes Africa Bambaataa to court and he gets Africa Bambaataa prosecuted. And not only does he get Africa Bambaataa prosecuted, he exposes everybody around Bambaataa that was enabling him and that was leading children to that apartment. Imagine if Haas would have took him to court, got him prosecuted, and then exposed everybody that was leading them children to that apartment. That would make Hassan Campbell dangerous to the establishment. That would make Hassan Campbell a threat to the establishment. But you understand what I'm saying? What Hassan Campbell did was he told that story, a very sexual in nature story about him and Africa Bambaataa, and then he capitalized off of that story. He monetized off that story. He made a lot of money off that story. He did interviews off that story. He gained subscribers off that story. He traded that story for fame and fortune. You understand? That's why Haas walked through the door. That's how he walked through the door. When he decided to expose the Zulu Nation, he was either supposed to take the Zulu Nation to court, prosecute Bambaataa and everybody around him, or he was supposed to physically do something to Bambaataa. Physically. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was supposed to expose every name involved with that situation. Every person in that book he was talking about, he was supposed to expose that. Every person he saw in that book, he was supposed to say their name out loud. You understand? If you was going to bring light to the situation in interviews, then you should have started a nonprofit program or a fundraiser or a foundation, the Hassan Campbell Foundation, where young men that have went through the same situation you went through have a place where they can express themselves, they can go to therapy, they can talk with Hassan Campbell, and they can speak and they can heal from these situations. You understand? It's multiple ways you could have become a threat to the establishment. But what you did was you took that story, you put it out there, you made a lot of money off it, you got a lot of fame and fortune, you made a lot of subscribers, you built a whole platform off the back of Africa Bambaataa doing what he did, and you never took him to court, you never prosecuted him, you never went through with that. So, me waking up seeing all of my receipts being edited out my live stream, me, having live streams taken down, they try to stop me from going live, me having these things happen let me know and keep me aware that I'm still a threat to the establishment. There's nothing I have done that, I ain't walked through no door. I ain't been led through no door. If I had been walked through the door or led through a door, I probably have 1 million subscribers. At least I have 500,000 like Haas. Easy. Yeah, I'm going to talk that talk because it is what it is. It is what it is. You said what you said about foundational Black Americans. Cool. How you thought you got them 500,000 subscribers? Huh? How you thought that happened? I remember those days when you used to get up there and get to crying and talking about Africa Bambaataa, and you got a goddamn 20,000 people in the live stream trying to see a train wreck. They trying to see you crash out. They trying to see you break down. Every platform you go on. I'm gonna end this with this. Every interview that Hassan Campbell has been on, he has been asked about being thawed. DJ Vlad, Queens Flip, Mad Hoffa, any platform that has paid Hassan Campbell and brought him on to speak, he has to describe what him and Bambaataa was getting into. And they want intricate details. All you really got to say is, he violated me. But that ain't enough when you get on these platforms. They want to know exactly what happened. That's how you end up saying, you was touching little kids when you was a little kid, or, Bambaataa thawed you. I never heard that word before. You the first person I ever heard say some shit like that. Thawed. He thawed. So watch your mouth about foundational Black Americans. Don't you ever, 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 ever. Don't you ever do that again. Don't you ever, watch your mouth. Poppy from Bronx River. Yeah, you sold out a long time ago. Yeah, fuck it, I don't care. I'm telling the world, it is what it is. Like it or love it. Yeah. You walked through the door a long time ago. They had Hassan Campbell making $60,000 a month on YouTube. God damn. That's how good that story was about them greasy thighs and all that baby oil and that Vaseline you was, that motherfucker had your ass making $30,000-$40,000 a month on YouTube. And you was telling them stories about them greasy thighs and yeah, about the motherfucking, them books with them people in it that you would talk. Boy, them motherfuckers got your ass was making $40,000-$50,000 a month, $60,000 a month. I guarantee you, Haas, you get to talking about that situation again with you and Ben. You get to go into intricate details about that baby oil, them thighs. How he was stroking the motherfucking thighs from the back. I guarantee your ass get to making that money again. Haas, I guarantee you get back on your live stream and you get to talking about what Bambaataa was dropping that zebra on your ass, dropping that zebra leg on the back of your ass. Yeah, he was dropping that zebra leg on your ass. I guarantee you get back to making $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a month. That's what the higher ups want to hear. They don't want to hear. Oh, I'm going to clip this up. Don't worry. Yeah, I'm going to clip this up real good, Haas. They don't want to hear about what's going on with Uncle Murder and Ja Rule. They don't want to hear about 50 Cent. They want you to keep telling that story about Bambaataa slapping that motherfucking Vaseline across your backside, dropping that zebra leg down your backside. Yeah, he African. Africa Bambaataa is an African. It's only right he was dropping zebra leg. Yeah. Whole goddamn zebra leg across your back, boy. And don't talk to me about being underage, because there's multiple pictures of your ass hanging out with Africa Bambaataa as a grown man, Hassan Campbell. Yeah, fuck it. I don't care. I don't care no more. I got to keep it. You talking about foundation? It's multiple pictures of you and Bambaataa as grown men. You a grown at 25, 26 years old. You taking pictures with a man that was dropping zebra leg on your back. Yeah, you walk through the door, Haas. Yeah, you a part of them people. I can't let you come on this platform and pretend to be the leader and pretend to be the creator and pretend to be all, nah, nigga, you ain't none of that. Not in this lane. You ain't create nothing on this lane right here. You say, what you say? You say take your shoes off and violate the like button. I say wipe your feet off before you step into the bed. It's a big motherfucking difference. I don't need you to violate nothing. I don't want you to violate nothing on my platform. I wouldn't dare tell you to violate nothing when you've been violated. Oh, Hassan Campbell, yeah. Yeah, you dropping that zebra leg on your back. You telling people to violate the like button when you been violated. I wouldn't got it. We ain't the same, Haas. I don't want war with you. I don't want to go to war. I'm just telling you the truth. Watch your mouth when it come to foundational Black Americans. Poppy from Bronx River. Fuck nigga, yeah. Your name Poppy and you getting zebra leg dropped on your back. Yeah. Dropping zebra leg on your red ass. Yeah. Dropping zebra on your goddamn red ass, smacking baby oil and Vaseline across your backside, nigga. Why you ain't just open up your leg? Why you hold, how he hold you? Why was you holding your thighs together, nigga? All you had to do is open your thighs and there it is, and ain't nothing going down. But you, hey, Haas, don't you ever talk about foundational Black Americans again, boy. And again, I seen you in pictures as a grown man hanging out with with Bambaataa. You was hanging out with Bambaataa as a grown man, so miss me with all that. I was a child and all. Miss me with all that. Dropping that motherfucking wildebeest on your back. Yeah, he put that wildebeest on you. Yeah, he's an African from Africa Bambaataa. Dropping that motherfucking African wildebeest on your back, boy. Yeah, he did. He dropped that motherfucking African wildebeest on your head. Yeah, motherfucking wildebeest on your back. Zebra leg down your back, boy. Yeah, you like that? Huh? Yeah, well, you don't like it? Well, I don't like what you said about African I don't like what you said about foundational black Americans, homie. So it is what it is, nigga. You don't like when I talk, you don't like when I tell the people what you was doing? Huh? Yeah, but yeah, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? And I understand you've been traumatized, but nah, man, we gonna correct that. I'm not letting no kind of disrespect, man. My old lady is foundational black American. I'm foundational black American. My old lady father, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather. Niggas wasn't no Africans. We come straight from the land. My lineage comes straight from this land right here. So you ain't gonna never play with that. And if you do play with that, well, let's talk about Africa Bambaataa. You know what I'm saying? Since we talking about Africans, talk about that motherfucking zebra leg he was dropping on your ass. Yeah, let's talk about that goddamn wild wildebeest he was dropping on your ass. Let's talk about how you was sneaking to his apartment and all that, telling your mama you was going to buy a loaf of bread and you was sneaking to get that motherfucking zebra leg dropped on your back. Huh? All right. I just had to get that out there. I mean, respectfully, nigga. Dropping that motherfucking zebra, that motherfucking wildebeest, pull that motherfucking wild wildebeest and drop on your back, and then you go home to your mama and you lying to her, you telling her you went to go get some bread the whole time you sneaking in motherfucking around Bambaataa, you hanging out with them. All right, that is what it is. That is what it is. I had to get that out there. Big salute to the chat, man. You know what I mean? I'm going to clip that up. Just in case, I'm going to clip that up. You know what I mean? Make sure it's nice and presentable for Haas. I think I want to get at one of Haas directly. Yeah. I think I'm going to clip that up. And I'm going to make that a nice, beautiful. I'm going to clip a couple of these up. And I'm going to make some for the young lady that was running her mouth. And then I'm going to make some for you too, Haas. I'm gonna make something for you. I'm gonna make something directly for you, brother. I'm gonna call your ass zebra leg high. I'm gonna you drop that motherfucking zebra on your ass. All right, man. So listen. I feel a lot better about that, man. That was a good one. Big salute to the chat. Today's Sunday. It's late night. We definitely gonna be tapping in tomorrow, which is well, sometime today, Sunday. Like I said, man, I've been asleep all day. I ain't spoke to nobody. My old lady tell me, my mama called me 2-3 times. I need to call. I'll probably call her later. I took some pills and I just laid down. My back has been going crazy. Like my back is killing me. I got a MRI appointment on Monday. I gotta go get an MRI, and then I got physical therapy probably Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I go to physical therapy 3 times a week now. So when I got up, I said, let me go live, man, and just rap with the people, whoever's up. Let me just get up and go live, tap in with the people. We approaching 58,000 subscribers right now. CMOS. You know what's crazy? Clarence, salute to you, my G. I had looked at some CMOS. Like I've been taking cayenne pepper the cayenne pepper drops with the D root and this root and that root in it. I ordered some oil of oregano drops as well. But the sea moss, let me ask you this, Clarence. Do you have a suggestion of what brand to get? Because when I look into the sea moss, it seemed like a lot of it might be fake. You know, a lot of people say it's like, yo, this ain't the real sea moss and this ain't the. So I didn't get a chance to get any sea moss because I was just looking like, I think I'm gonna end up buying the fake shit. I'm gonna make sure it's like the real organic sea moss. I don't know if I need to go to like Dr. Sebi, but yeah, I've been looking into that. Yeah, the D3, the vitamin D3, that's all in the cayenne pepper drops that I got. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Let's be true. So let's be true. That's the name of it. Let's be true. That's the name of the brand. I'm gonna look into that. Real sea moss tastes terrible. I heard. Put some magnesium lotion or spray magnesium in the pain. Yeah, I put some some icy hot, but they got like my back is like taped up with this like this athlete tape right now where it's like taped this way. I guess it like make the muscles stay a certain way. Yeah, man, I really like I said, I don't want to talk. I can't go into details because I probably could go into details, but I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to even say nothing about nothing until everything is settled. But I'm gonna do a whole live stream on it. I'm gonna talk about it. But yeah, man, shit went crazy. And lucky for me, I wasn't driving when everything happened. But you know, some people, man, they go through certain situations and they don't make it out, or they get paralyzed or something like that. And I'm just blessed. I'm just, you know, I'm covered, man, for the most part, to be able to walk away from that situation without, you know, with no real like crazy lacerations or, you know, no fractures. But as far as like my back and my neck and all that, yeah, man, we gonna see what that settlement looking like. Sir, true, sir. Yes, sir, true sea moss. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. It has a different flavor magazines. All right, Clarence, I'm gonna look into that tonight. I'm gonna Google that. I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna see what they say, man. But I was looking, like I said, it's crazy you said that because I was thinking about that earlier, and I started kind of like looking into the sea moss. Like I said, I got the cayenne peppers drops with the D3 and all the other stuff in it. The beetroot and, you know, just got all the crazy stuff in it. And then I was looking into oil oregano. I know you can make the oil of oregano because I've been looking into that. You can make the oil oregano right in your own cabinet. You know what I'm saying? And you just take a couple of drops of it. But I think I'm gonna order some of it first, and then I'm gonna start looking into how to make it myself. You like mix it with the oregano and the oil, and you mix it up in one of those jars. Put it in your cabinet for like 3 months, and then you start taking drops of it. I heard that shit is real powerful as well. With black seed oil, exactly. Salute to Clarence, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. With the black seed oil. You make it yourself or you order? You order that from the same brand, Clarence, the true, what you said? Yeah, the true sea moss. Do you order the oil of oregano and all that from that same place? Make your own black seed. How do you make your own? So where you get the black seed from, like the grocery store? I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna look into it for real. I've been really, I mean, and you know, I'm very athletic, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really have, I'm blessed, man, as far as like my physical makeup, my immune system, you know what I'm saying? I'm really kind of good with those things. I don't get sick for the most part. I might catch a cold once a year. Sometimes I don't catch a cold at all, depending on if I wear a jacket outside type shit. As far as like my ligaments and all of that, everything is, but the situation with what happened, it kind of, yeah, that shit kind of threw me off. Yep, here, one up, salute. You see me? Did you see what happened to Adonis in Romania? He got spit on and knocked out. Oh, yo, word up. Hey, yo, salute the word. Word is bond. Yo, salute the word is bond. Salute my G. You got a wrench too. I wanted to make sure. Yeah, I did that. Yo, so I woke up earlier today and I grabbed my phone. I was still half asleep. And you know, you grab your phone just to check the time and make sure I ain't got 1,000 missed calls. And I get to scrolling real quick and I saw that. Oil, olive oil, black seed, let it ferment. Okay, I'm gonna get into that. Micro ingredients is the company. They have it all. Micro ingredients. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. Hold on real quick. Hey, hold on. Word is bond. Let me do some. I'm definitely gonna speak to that. Hold on. Micro ingredients. Okay, let's see what we got. Clarence, salute my G. It's right here, right? Right? Nice. This what you was talking about, right, Clarence? Yes, sir. Salute my G. That's why I love the chat, man. I love the, you know, like I was telling somebody the other day, man, YouTube and Instagram and shit is just way different. I just, you know, these ain't bots, my G. Like I really built this platform. I really built the foundation with this. I appreciate that, my G. Yeah. That's fire. Look, lemon juice powder, oil of oregano with black seed oil. So I'm guessing like this is the ingredient. So I guess I can make this myself. Aged garlic extract. Yeah, I was thinking, yo, I swear I probably beetroot powder. Beetroot juice powder. Yeah, beetroot powder supplement best. Okay. I'm about to order a whole gang of this shit. Straight up. Early today, good stuff, my bro. I'm a 50 on high blood pressure, no issue, no high blood. Yeah, I appreciate that. And you know, it's crazy, man. Like for me, once I hit 40, I started seeing like small inklings of that shit. Like I had to like change my diet a little bit, make sure I was doing this, make sure I was doing that. So yeah, you know, once I hit 40, I started looking into these things. Even like earlier today, I was like, man, I'm gonna go buy like some garlic cloves, just like garlic, right? And I'm gonna just chop it and just eat a half a clove a day. You know what I mean? Because they say that shit is powerful like that. But I see they got the garlic right here, the aged garlic. Left Jamaica, I mean. Yeah, salute. But yeah, so I roll up, I'm scrolling a little bit. I'm gonna leave this up right here. And I'm gonna check into this tomorrow. I'm gonna order a whole bunch of this shit. And I saw that altercation out there, man, in Romania, right? And I ain't gonna lie. When I watched it the first time, it made me feel not scared, but it made me feel uneasy, almost like I was out there, because I done been around, I done been to some of these places, not Romania, but I done been to like way outside the country. And I know how I feel when you get around like dumb people. And it's like, bro, so when like when homie walked up on him and he was like, you don't know how it goes out here in Romania. And I was like, what the fuck? And then he like did something. And then like, you gotta understand, right? In my mind, in our mind, he was right. You know what I'm saying? Like the Romanian boy was like up on him. He was kind of like in his personal space. He touched him. But like in Romania, I don't know if you could get away with like knocking a motherfucker out like that just because he like touched you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, so I was scared for homie. I don't know, I think he's still locked up, right? I'm scared for that man because he you know, they got into it, right? And they got into it and the camera was still looking this way, but you could hear whatever they was doing. Man, when he turned that thing, when Adonis turned that camera over there, homie was laid out, bro. Nah. You know what I mean? It makes sense to knock his ass out, but you in Romania. Like, what's the law over there? What's the rules over? And you black than a motherfucker? Hell nah. Hell nah, bruh. I'm gonna keep my eye on that. You got the video. Now you know what? Let me get it. I'm gonna pull it up for you. Yeah, man, that shit was spooky, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, bruh. I was like, oh, and I watched it like 2 times. And a lot of shit went through my mind at one time, but I was still kind of tired. So I just put my phone down, went to sleep. I went back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of shit, a lot of shit went through my mind at one time when I saw it. Like, I felt scared for homie. Yo, I was in Thailand one time, right? And hold on. I was in Thailand and I felt like if some shit would have went left in Thailand or you get in a fight out there, something would have happened, I was gonna be locked. Yo, the last thing you want to do is be somewhere. Yeah, man, I might do a live stream on this. Hey, look at this shit right here, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit had me spooked. I wasn't dead. You got to be very careful, bro. And I know it makes sense, like, homie put his hands on you, and I know, like, in America, you will probably be in the right. You know what I'm saying? But, like, hold on. Watch this. Look.
It's my Romanian daughter.
Oh, you wanna smack
I
me?
will. Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Do it.
Get out my face.
That's all you gonna do.
Yeah, what
and
you
I
gonna
get
do?
the money off you.
You, please, you broke. You not getting no money. Go to the dentist. Your teeth look ugly. On my face. You bug it out. Back up. Call the police. And that's a regular day in Romania.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna find. Yo, I gotta be careful too, cause they'll try to goddamn. I gotta be careful. I can't fuck around with these people, man. I don't know, but they block that shit out. But I gotta be careful. These motherfuckers crazy. YouTube gets spooky. Yeah, son. You motherfucker got on his ass, boss. Hold on. Yo, he smoked his boots too, like. Nah. Hey, I would, if I would have been with him, I'd have told him, don't do that, son. Don't do it, B. Let it live. Let him live, son.
You were not wrong. Sorry, speak English? Yes. What happened? This guy just tried to attack me. I got it filmed on camera. Dog, this is my Romanian dog. Bug it out. I'll break your jaw. Yeah, I'm bugging. You tripping.
Now, I want to show y'all something real quick, right? Right? The Romanian dude saying he's bugging. He's bugging. Another motherfucker that's still in our culture. He talking like one of us. This motherfucker all the way in Romania talking about he's bugging. He's bugging. What the fuck you mean bugging? What that mean? Watch this. Look.
Stay here like a dog. Stay here. Yeah, you're my dog. This is my Romanian dog. Bug it out. You my bro. Hands off me. I'll break your jaw. Yeah, I'm bugging. You tripping. You got me fucked up.
Oh, you wanna smack me?
I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Do it.
Get out my face.
That's all you gonna do.
Yeah, what
and
you
I
gonna
get the money off you.
You please, you broke. You not getting no money. Go to the dentist. Your teeth look ugly. What? What you wanna say?
You don't know how this fucking country works.
Yeah, I do know how this fucking back up. On my face. You bug it out. Back up.
All right, so I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna get up out of there. I'm gonna go ahead and get on up out of there. Hold on.
This is crazy.
No, I want to show you right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Now look at your man right here. Look at your man. Look at your man right here. Look at your man.
He didn't want to do that. He got on a cowboy hat and a cashmere sweater with some goddamn dress
Yo, so you know what I mean? He got his shit all wild up under the cowboy hat. Homie, yo, took his cowboy hat off and all that. And let me tell you something too. Homie still got his scarf on. Look at this nigga. Look, this nigga still got his motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker still got his goddamn scarf on, nice and neat. How his scarf stay on like that? That motherfucker got that motherfucking scarf, B. When I seen this, I was like, Smoke his boots, cuz. Look at the nigga done, son. Damn, homie spit in his face, too. Damn. And see all the, and listen. All them Romanians looking at him like he wrong. Like he crazy. You see what I'm saying? You know, the dog fur, they always gonna play the victim. You gotta have like you gotta try to get out of there. Got to get out of there. I feel sorry for them. I think they're gonna do him. They're gonna do it. Trump gonna have to get involved. Somebody need to call Donald Trump. Yeah. See what I'm talking about? Somebody get Trump on the phone. Tell Trump they got some people over there. We gotta get them up out of there. Cause if they don't get Trump on the line, they gonna throw be locked up abroad, brother. You ever heard of that? You ever heard of that show called Locked Up Abroad? Listen. He still sleep. The white boy, the Romanian, he thought he was 5 years old again. He don't know what's going on. The motherfucking legs is done. His legs. Look at this shit, look. Look at the motherfuckers he thinking about his sleep. They trying to pull up. Look at your man right here. Look at your man right there. He sleep like a motherfucker.
By himself, from what I know, I hope he's okay, because the police did end up coming, and the guy made it seem like he just hit him out of nowhere. And it's like, no, like that's. Was I wrong? No, you was not wrong. Like.
Look, homie, spit all on his face and all that. Look at that shit. He spit all on his face and all that.
Look, he has.
Was I wrong?
Then everybody kept coming up to him, asking him if he was a boxer. You were not wrong, Adonis.
Yo. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel sorry for homie. Hopefully everything goes smooth, man, with him. You know what I mean? You know, he turned homie into a pack of ramen noodles. He out there in Romania. He out there in Romania and turned homie into a pack of goddamn chicken flavored ramen noodles. Yeah, put his ass on the stove and put that seasoning on top of his ass. Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah, put his ass in a pack. Ramen noodled his ass up. Yeah, good pack of ramen noodles. Shrimp flavored ramen. Yeah. He gave his ass turned his ass to a pack of shrimp flavored ramen. Hey, and we're gonna put his cowboy hat back on and his scarf like he ain't just turned homie to a pack of shrimp flavored ramen. Amen. Positive energy going out to Adonis. Hopefully he out. Hopefully he ain't in jail. Yeah, big salute to the chat, man. I'm going to let me ask you a question, right? So this is the ingredients, right? Let me look into this. So this is the ingredients. So I gotta make this. So I'm sure they're gonna give me like a recipe or instructions on the back, right? They're gonna give me instructions on how. Are these like pills already? Hey, Clarence, you still in the chat? Are these pills or are these? Let me see something. Yo, boy, listen. The weight or the capsules? Okay, all right, cool, Clarence. Yeah, those are gel capsules. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna look into and these is good. These is images. And these is trustworthy. I'm gonna look into it anyway, but these is trustworthy. Oil with black seed oil, natural. Okay, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get the aged garlic extract. I'm gonna get the beetroot. This is beetroot powder, so I'm guessing this is like beetroot powder supplement. I'm guessing this is something you make a juice with. D3, lemon powder, electrolyte powder. See, I don't want no powder. Hold on, what's this? Yeah, I'm gonna get the oil of oregano, the aged garlic extract. Let me see something. Yeah, man, you again, right, with that type of situation, man, you gotta be very, very careful. The shit is funny, you know what I'm saying? But I remember like I said, I was in Thailand, right? And we was at this mall. Bruh, we went in this mall, this big ass mall, and it was like Asian people everywhere. Or it almost was, the shit got scary. It was like the Matrix. Like they all start to look the same. Like they all had like school clothes on, and then it just looked like they all had the same haircut and shit. And I just remember like trying to go in this one store. And I just remember like that shit could have turned to something like that real fast with this Asian dude. And I thought to myself, like, nah, let me just get out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because if you spit on me, then it ain't no turning back. So let me just eliminate myself from the situation before it turned to that. And that's what I did. And I think that if I was Odonis, and respectfully, I ain't soft, it ain't nothing like that. If I was in Romania and homie would have been like, the first couple of times he was engaging, I would have got out of there. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, you know what, whatever. I would have got my camera, because once you spit in my face like that, I got the Mike Tyson your shit, right? And the way he beat home, I ain't gonna lie, the way the people was asking him, was he a boxer? Are you a boxer? You more Floyd Mayweather, you boxing? You do boxing? Because they gonna try to lock your ass up for doing, you know what I mean? They gonna lock you up abroad, bro. They give your ass some years for some shit like that. Over in Romania, this ain't America. So we get to thinking about somebody put their hands on me and da-da-da-da-da-da. And over there in those countries, bro, they will put your ass to be in jail for 10, 15 years behind some shit like that. So me, I probably would have got away from that white boy. Yeah, I would have got away from the white boy, man. That's what I would have did. I'm gonna go ahead and get away from you. Valentine's Day pack, new arrival, bestseller. Let's see what they bestsellers are. Oil of oregano, supplement facts, choose options. Cause see, I like to see like, yeah. You got to look right at the ingredients and all that. Make sure it's all right. 2-in-1 complex 20. So Clarence, you say you've been taking this for a while. You don't got like no high blood pressure or nothing. That's good. That's fire. Yeah, I'm about to be on that. I'm gonna get those. And I'm gonna make my own oil oregano as well. But I'm gonna order that joint just so I can be on point with those. 22,000. Take 2 a day with water. 10-4. 10-4. All right, man. Well, listen, man. We approaching 58,000 subscribers, man. Y'all make sure y'all got the like button. Y'all hit the subscribe button. This live is pretty long. I'm gonna chop some things up out of it. As he grew up, man, I didn't get that. He showed us who was on his side. As a grown man, I didn't get that. What you mean? All you need is Dr. Sebi, baby, and a message D massage twice a week. Need is Dr. Sebi, baby, okay. He said they had work to do. I'm getting sick. Yeah, man. And I know I don't need to pay you no attention now. I thought you were saying something. Yep, there it is. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. I shut you down. Bang, bang. You hit the ground. Bang, bang. Awful sound. Bang, bang. Big salute to the chat, man. Big salute to the gang, Big Wrenches, Breezy Santana, Mr. Universe. You know what I mean? Wisdom B, FBA Kush Boy 420, Miss Love Lace, everybody, man. Big salute. We going live later today for sure. And we'll figure out exactly what we gonna talk about. I definitely had to say something about that though, man. I just really felt the way. And I used to always talk about foundational Black American types content. I kind of strayed away from it, but we gonna get back into that as well. I'm gonna make sure I keep that relevant in the chat and in the you know, in the realm of the content. So we gonna make sure we do what we do. All right, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan, and you do know what I suggest. Sarah, appreciate that. Appreciate that 10-piece nugget. Highly appreciate that. You already know how we giving it up. You know, you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan, you know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. Listen. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Yeah. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight, raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoating nothing, and we not dressing nothing up. I'm only here to give you this pure dope, my G. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight, raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoating nothing. We not dressing nothing up. You understand what I'm saying? No fentanyl, no baking soda, no quinine. We ain't water whipping this dope, and we ain't counter whipping this dope. It's straight off the brick into the bottles. All right? It's always been this way. Foundational Black Americans versus everybody. Everybody. It don't matter. It don't matter how nice. It don't matter how cool. It don't matter how much they can break dance, if they can rap. There's always been an underlying disdain for foundational Black Americans. And that's because we are the only people that did not desert our land. We did not flee. We stayed put. We are the chosen ones. We are God's chosen people. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Google a Caucasian woman at the age of 50 and Google a foundational Black American at the age of 50, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So for that Haitian lady, watch your mouth. Poppy from Bronx River, watch your mouth. And that go for anybody that got anything disrespectful to say about foundational Black Americans on American soil. That ain't happening. All right? You know, we approaching 60,000 subscribers, man. We on our way. And we only gonna keep growing. We only gonna keep grinding. Big salute to the chat. Big salute to all my investors. The reason why I call y'all investors is because time and energy are the highest forms of currency. See, when you hear the word investor, you think about money. You think about dollar bill, y'all. But what I'm telling you is time and energy. Your time and your energy are the highest forms of currency. So when you invest your time into this live chat, when you invest your time and your energy in the comment section, when you engage with the channel, those are the highest forms of currency that you are investing into this channel. The main reason we are growing substantially. You understand what I'm saying? And I just, you know, I want to throw that out there that I appreciate y'all's time and I appreciate y'all's energy. I appreciate the super chats as well. I appreciate, you know, whatever you contribute. Like I said, I had that situation, so that kind of got me stalled out with the studio. I ain't been able to get into the studio, but once I get into the studio and I wrap everything up, I appreciate what y'all do with the music as well. But nothing is going to trump your time and your energy that you invest into this channel. All right, so I highly appreciate y'all. Y'all already know how we give it up. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in. Gang.